Still on justice for Mohbad, ladies and gentlemen, another update has dropped, and it is important, really important, if you are truly in this justice for Mohbad, if you really want justice for Mohbad to succeed. This information is needed because your own quota, your own effort in it is important. Of course, we all should appreciate ourselves. We should applaud ourselves so far. It has not been an easy journey. Talk about the emotions attached to it. Many people have shed tears. Many people have had sleepless nights. They are just in trouble within themselves. They cannot sleep. All for a young man somewhere in a remote part of Lagos that they don't even know about. They don't know Mohbad. Some of them have not even listened to Mohbad songs, but they sort of grew interest. Something vibrated. The resonance became equal. The resonance became balanced up. And they said, no, as a human being, I have to lend my voice. I have to put in my money to make sure that this justice is gotten. You might not have donated to the cause of Mohbad directly, but somehow you are spending money on your Wi-Fi. You're spending money on your data. You're spending money on electricity to charge your mobile phones. A lot of these things cost money. It costs a lot. Not to talk about the emotional attachment to it. It is so sad. But I'm glad for one thing, that all our efforts have been yielding results so far. When you are dealing with a system or a group of people that are only interested in wickedness, in evil, and if that group of people or that system has been there for a long time, just imagine how long it takes to scrub off or scrub away, wash away that stain that has been there for years. It will take some effort. It will take some application of some substance that will take it off. That exactly is what is happening. Once we get to the end of this, do not think it will be the same all over again. No, it will be easier. Many instances can be given where people fought. In fact, they laid their lives to make sure that you and I enjoy some of this freedom that we have today. Without wasting much of your time, because what you're about to hear is deep. This is explosive. Very deep. Do not even drop a portion of it. Make sure that you gather it together and listen from the beginning till the end. Returning subscribers and those that have been here, I say a very big thank you to you. To those that have tapped on that thanks button, the one with the love icon and the last sign in the middle of it, may God Almighty replenish your pocket. If you also want to be a part of this, you can as well tap on the same button. If you're just coming across this channel, kindly tap on the subscribe button. Let's get right into it.
I'm traveling, and I want also you all to know that where I'm going to be going, and if anything should happen to me, old Saeed Elegusi responsible, I'm going to answer their call, because a lot of petitions have been, have been put in for me. Am I communicating? I'm going to answer their call, but if anything should happen to me, old Elegusi responsible. Ṣùgbọ́n kó tó wá di pé ó jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀, Elegusi, wàá fayé lẹ̀ fún mi. Am I communicating? Elegusi, this is not a threat. It is a statement of facts. Elegusi, ẹ ti lè máa pààyàn tipẹ́, ẹ ti lè máa oppress tipẹ́, but ṣorí ìtẹ́fẹ́ dáwọ́lé yìí, I swear with my living God, I swear with my father's and mother's grave, òun ni wà tí gbogbo àwọn tẹ́jọ́ plan lè máa fi ṣàṣìmọ́. Evidence, I will honor the Nigerian police. I will go with my evidence But Elegusi, I'm putting this to you. If you should try anything apart from petitioning me, Elegusi, Elegusi, you'll be all responsible. You can tell people you own Nigeria, you own a lot of places, but most of them own Elegusi. Now I said the battle line has been drawn. I will honor the police call, of course. I'll come with all my evidence. I don't want to come out today because, as you all know me, I want to tell mommy that I don't have any family in Nigeria. I keep on telling you people. So Timbanja for Minira Ilu is not because I have a family there. But even if I don't have a family there, I have friends. I have friends of friends, you know. So that is why I've been preparing, planning. Yeah. One day Mohbad lost his first hospital. I'm always making that mistake. It is not dead on arrival. Igbatogbe Perez Hospital. It is brought in dead. B-I-D. So please, let me change narrative here. Mohbad was not dead on arrival. Mohbad was brought in dead. Igbatogbe Perez Hospital. Am I communicating? Mohbad was already brought in dead. Igbatogbe Debe. Shengbami. Doctor yes sọ fún wọn pé ẹni yìí ti kú. Now, ó kọ̀ọ̀kan, ó fún wọn ní note. The note represents death certificate. In that note, wọ́n kọ̀ọ̀kan tó rí. Wọ́n kọ̀ọ̀kan tó rí. Doctor summarizing nǹkan tó rí síbẹ̀. A lot of things was written in that note. That was why Wunmi kept that note. Am I communicating? The doctor advised them to take Mohbad to mortuary, that is Lagos State mortuary. Lagos State Government Hospital, the nearest one. He told them to take it there so that they can put Mohbad in the mortuary till the next day. And they can give them the report so that they can take it to the police. Am I communicating? But just because Wunmi has a plan, despite the advice of the doctor, Wunmi took Mohbad back to Lekki in Mohbad's house. And I'm telling you with fact today. You remember we were all saying, why was the lawyer there? The lawyer went with them to the hospital. Lawyer Mohbad, tell they want to see hospital. Yes. He was there with them in the hospital. He didn't go with them in the same car, but he went with them in the hospital. Eba mi bere lọ́wọ́ Wunmi. Kí ló dé tó jẹ́ pé Mohbad kú lọ́yà ló kọ́kọ́ pè. Ẹ bá mi pè. Doctor wa sọ fún wọn pé kó gbé Mohbad lọ sí mortuary Lagos State Hospital. Lọ́yà wà ńbẹ̀ kàkà kó gbé Mohbad lọ síbi tó sọ fún wọn. Wọ́n gbé padà lọ sílé. Kí ló lọ ṣe nílé? Ẹ bá mi dìyẹn mú. Now, ó wá dọ́dọ̀ ọlọ́pàá tán ti fẹ́ gba ìwé pé èèyàn kú. After 3 hours, tí bàbá Mohbad ti dúró, ọlọ́pàá kan oníkùnbíkun ìgbàrú bí pọ́ gbé gbàrú síbẹ̀ ó bọ́ta ó ní kó má fún ní nóòtì yẹn ó ní kó má fún ní nóòtì yẹn ó ní death certificate ńkọ́. Meanwhile, death certificate wà lọ́wọ́ Wunmi kept it to herself just because of some things that are inside that note. Ṣé ń gbọ́ mi? Wunmi ló kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ inquest òun ló fi question bèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Wunmi said a lot of lies. Wunmi lied a lot. wọ́n ní kí ló pa Mohbad, ó ń sọ̀rọ̀ placenta, ó ń sọ̀rọ̀ pé bàbá Mohbad ń gbé obìnrin wálé, ṣé yẹn ló pa Mohbad ni? She couldn't even talk. Ó rojọ́ títí, ó rojọ́ mọ́ Naira Marley lẹ́sẹ̀. Ibẹ̀ ni solicitor yẹn ti bèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ pé come on now, ṣé o mọ Sam Larry ni? You've been talking about Naira Marley. Can you tell us what you know about Sam Larry? Solicitor lawyer ló ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ rán létí. Wunmi ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ tó gbàgbé pa Sam Larry. Sam Larry tó jẹ́ pé òun ni gbogbo wa rí. Ipò abuse Mohbad physically, mentally, emotionally. Wunmi dé court of law, ó dé coroner inquest, ó gbàgbé pa Sam Larry. Ẹ̀dájọ́ yẹn ló wá béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ pé ṣé o mọ Sam Larry rí ni? Mo rí pé ó sọ̀rọ̀ Sam Larry ní gbogbo nǹkan tó ń sọ yìí. Kò sọ̀rọ̀. Adájọ́ wá béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ pé ṣé o mọ Sam Larry? Ó ń wọlẹ̀. And nílùú tí mo wà yìí, keeping mute, keeping quiet means consent. She consented. Ipò òun mọ̀ rí. Wọ́n tún wá béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ pé ṣé Sam Larry ti dún ẹ rí? Kò lè sọ̀rọ̀. Ó ń wọlẹ̀ ni. Ìyẹn náà túmọ̀ pé ó consent sí. Wọ́n wá béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ pápánbarì olórí burúkú tó máa sọ pé husband of my youth. Máa yẹn wá béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ pé àtìgbà tí Mohbad ti ń jẹṣẹ́ ẹ, ṣọ́kùnrin mi jẹṣẹ́ ẹ, ṣọ́kùnrin mi dún ẹ, ṣọ́kùnrin mi bá ẹ sùn. Kò lè sọ̀rọ̀, ọ̀rọ̀ bá pèsè jẹ. Èèyàn ńlá ni defamation of character máa ń wá kiri. Wọ́n lẹ́ni tó bá jalè lára fún, èmi ò jalè ara ò fún mi. Elegusi, ṣé o ṣe nǹkan tán ló ṣe ni? Ló fi sọ pọ́n defame character ẹ̀. Ìgbà tó bá ti ṣe, wọ́n bá ìfẹ́ ń jọ sí náà. Òun bàbá yẹn lọ defame character ẹ̀ jù lórí social media. But having said that, he ignored them. Ìwọ ń sáré kìràkìtà kiri, ó sọ pé wọ́n defame character. Agbára tó ní láti ní kí bàbá kan gbé bàbá lọ sí alágbọ̀n. Tó bá jẹ́ pé gbogbo agbára yẹn ló lò. Àmà ní débìtà délé ní Elegusi. Ọmọ competition ò sọ nǹkankan. Ṣùgbọ́n bàbá Mohbad tí ò sọ nǹkankan wá dúró rọ́ tó pamọ́. Olódì fèmẹ́, cyber bully ẹ, bàbá Mohbad yẹn. Ṣó mọ nǹkan tó ń jẹ́ gbogbo yẹn ṣá? Elegusi. Ìwọ ò bá ti bàbá mọ́lẹ̀. Ìwọ ò bá ti bàbá mọ́lẹ̀. Ìwọ ò bá ti bàbá mọ́lẹ̀. Ó fẹ́ tì mọ́lẹ̀ ni now. Ó bá ti bàbá mọ́lẹ̀ kó wá àwọn arífá mọ́lẹ̀. Tó bá jẹ́ pé ní gbèsè Elegusi. Ó bá ti bàbá mọ́lẹ̀ káyé wa bàjẹ́ sórí ìtẹ́. Ìyá Mohbad mọ̀ nípa nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ láàrin Wunmi àti Mohbad. Kí ni ìyá Mohbad mọ̀ nípa nǹkan tó pa Mohbad? Karimo keep saying it. Ipe tí ìyá Mohbad bá bọ́ta sọ̀rọ̀, ayé Wunmi máa bàjẹ́. Wunmi náà bọ́ta, ó ní bàbá Mohbad tí ó sọ̀rọ̀, tí ó attack Elegusi, tí ó parọ́ mọ́ Elegusi. Bàbá Mohbad yẹn ni gbogbo wọn sáré lọ arrest. They want to intimidate him. They want to put him in total silence. But unfortunately, Baba Mohbad ò lè dákẹ́ fún yín. Elegusi, until you tell us what your name was doing on that petition, ìgbà yẹn la máa tó yọ okùn lọ́rùn ẹ̀. Am I communicating? Now, kí mo fẹ́ fàyọ? Mo fẹ́ fi nǹkan kan wọ̀nyí. Ibi tí Nàìjíríà ò ti lè ṣe oríire láyé wọn mọ́. Wọ́n wá gbé àwọn arífá lọ sí, wọ́n detain àwọn arífá. Ṣé rántí pé mo máa sọ fún yín pé àwọn arífá máa jáde, àwọn Veron máa jáde, ṣé rántí? Wọ́n ti sign, wọ́n ti fún wọn ní bail lóòótọ́. Wọ́n ti fún wọn ní bail. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ti meet bail condition. Ọwọ́ àmọ́ títí dijọ́ trial wọn. Ẹ get techniques tó lò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n ní judge ń bọ̀. Judge ló kù kó sign. Wọ́n lọ ṣe investigation gbogbo nǹkan tó gbé sílẹ̀. Ọwọ́ àmọ́ delay wọn títí dijọ́ trial. Náà mo fẹ́ fi nǹkan kan wọ̀nyí. Gbogbo yín lè má rí, mo fẹ́ fi wọ̀nyí. Tó bá jẹ́ pé bó ṣe kàrámọ̀ ìjọ trial àwọn àrífàì náà kàrámọ́ ikú Mohbad ni àmàtí rí ẹni tó pa Mohbad ìtorí pé àwọn ọmọ ọlọ́mọ tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ tiwọn wọ́n wá gbé wọn lọ sí court wọ́n wá lọ gbé TVC wọ́n máa sọ pé TVC ti gbàbọ̀dè èmi máa yìí fún wọn ní benefit of doubt ṣe rí èyí tó ṣe ní last week fáwọn àrífàì yẹn ibẹ̀ ni mo ti mọ̀ pé òkú Mohbad ọ̀run Elegusi ló wà.
So, as it is, Elegusi is still being held responsible. That is because of the role that he has played so far. If we go a little bit back to the dialogue or banter or interview that Mohbad's father had so far, and the latest of it on Arise Television, that got on the nerves of a lot of people due to the position, or let us say the countenance or the expression, manner of expression, attitude of one of the hosts, particularly Reuben Abati, where he said Elegusi had sorted, Elegusi had done what he needed to do as per the Sam Larry, Mohbad's bullying, etc. That he issued a disclaimer saying that Sam Larry is not a member of the family and that Sam Larry is not a friend of the palace, but it's just one of those people that come to the palace once in a while, like every other citizen, for the Oba's blessing, for the king's blessing. Nothing more, nothing less. Now, there are people who said that this dude works for Elegusi, that he works at one of the beach under the jurisdiction of the king, and that he is a toll collector. That's what he does at the beach, and he's also a known bully. Now, I have made it clear that Elegusi does not necessarily have to be behind the action of Sam Larry. Sam Larry is a thug with the crew that he came with. Mohbad said they have made it public and known to him that they were sent by Elegusi for reasons that they will not divulge. Did they say this to scare Mohbad? So Mohbad will be more afraid of them and won't see them as just a thug. Mohbad will know that they are connected to the king and the king is connected to this and that is connected to that. Was that the reason why they said what they said? Until date, as Sam Larry resumed his toll collection at the beach, this is what I expect you guys to put down in the comment section. If you've been at the beach and you saw him, apart from him saying all stations settled and all of that, he can say whatever he wants to say, as long as Mohbad's name is not mentioned. He could have, meant something else, So when it comes to sensitive issues and cases like this, we have to be much smarter. So about the Elegusi's part, that someone issued a disclaimer does not mean that they are not behind something. That is why the police are supposed to investigate. Mohbad's father came with a lawyer, not his lawyer, but a lawyer friend, who said that they expected the police to investigate further. That someone issued a disclaimer does not mean that the person is not behind it. If Sam Larry was grilled, obviously Sam Larry would not want to confess. But if Sam Larry is grilled the way police grill people that they pay them to rope, I'm sure that Sam Larry will even say his dead mom is part of the people who sent him also. What I'm trying to say is that if investigation was done properly, we might get to know more. So this is what linked Elegusi to the whole Liam thing, because people said, hey, wait, let us look at this petition closer. It seems what we are hearing here sort of tie Elegusi. If not, why will Mohbad write it this way? Then some other people came forward claiming that Mohbad has spoken to them and that they know certain things, they know this and that. Yes, Mohbad, if he was not under a spell, because if you are not under a spell, if you're not suffering from some mental issues that you cannot reason properly, I'm kind of thinking that Mohbad caused majority of this for himself. In what way? I'll break it down. You see, as a human being, there are challenges and battles to face. Either inherited battles, you might call it spiritual, or battles that you yourself brought onto yourself by your action and decision. It could be karma, it could be anything. In the case of Mohbad, I said it in previous analysis, and I appreciate that a lot of people acknowledge this. We cannot blame Mohbad now. He is no longer alive. He can't tell us his own part. But what we can gather so far is that Mohbad had refused help. Mohbad had brought all of this on himself. Mohbad stood and stayed, and he didn't get good advice. He got good advice, but he didn't take good advice. He decided to take bad advice. Mohbad looked down upon his father. Mohbad didn't see his father as someone who can give him meaningful advice that he will accept and take. Several times, Mohbad had disappointed his father. I'm not talking of finance now. I'm talking about advice. I'm talking about the man trying to help him. The man already knew ahead. You are going to have this child. Battles will come. There will be trials and temptations. There will be this. So the man had struggled, fought his way through. But what will you do? What can you do when your child is now a grown-up person and wants to make decisions for himself? There's a limit to what you can do. You can't beat this child, particularly if you yourself, you are broke. You are broke and you need this guy to still give you some little stipend here and there. You don't want to get on the nerves of that child. In fact, when Mohbad's father started getting on the nerves of Mohbad, what I mean by getting on his nerves, meaning he started becoming strict, like, hey, Mohbad, you have to behave this way. What is wrong with you? Do you know that Mohbad started avoiding his father? Started sticking more to his mom. On the part of that sticking, I don't know. Some people said, oh, maybe she had done some charm to draw the eyes or the thought or mind of Mohbad to herself. It's possible. I don't know. The thing is this. Mohbad started avoiding his father. Mohbad will not sit around his father for too long. Whenever his father comes around, Mohbad will say he's coming. Then Mohbad will leave the house and come back in the night. The most important is that his father is well fed. Then he will give his father tea fare, transportation money back home to fuel his truck or whatever, So he was acting that way. Also, he needed his father and his mom to come together. That's another part again. If Mohbad's father knew that it was going to end up this way, maybe he would have left any other woman and sacrificed whatever it is, sticking to Mohbad's mother. Maybe Mohbad would be alive because both of them will work together in unity, work together as one. And I'm very sure that if both of them came together, since that child came to them, I'm very sure that it will be difficult for Wunmi to penetrate unless Mohbad's mom, or either Mohbad's father will now become something else. So there are certain questions that we've asked the police. We cannot ask Wunmi some of these questions because she is the suspect. And suspects, naturally, they want to cover up, they want to hide. These questions we've asked. How come Mohbad's house was not sealed up? How come the investigation did not go deeper than hearsay? What we saw and what we heard from the police is just hearsay. They said that, and they made it appear as if they really got this detail. They said Mohbad bled profusely. I'm sure you guys heard it. And Wunmi, in a narration, said otherwise, that there is nothing like that. So if there is nothing like that, how come the police ended up with what they ended up with? How come the police cannot prove or show evidence of this so-called bleeding profusely from the show? How come what Mohbad's father said and what the police said did not match up? How come all of a sudden they are not matching it up? Or is it because they heard from Mohbad's father that, the man said he saw blood? All right, let us quickly rope Prime Boy into it and say that he had bled profusely. If not, questions will be asked on how the blood got there. Or when the police got to Mohbad's house, they saw what Mohbad's father said he saw. These are questions that begs for an answer. Until today, we are yet to get answers to what we have been asking the police. How come mobile phones have not been confiscated? How come nothing meaningful was done? Still on this justice for Mohbad, Wunmi also have questions that she needs to answer. But we are not in the best position because we cannot drag her to court. Mohbad's father can drag. I do not know why Mohbad's father has not done what he needs to do. You need to begin to sue who you need to sue. You have to sue Wunmi. Sue Wunmi, not just petitioning now. You have to sue Wunmi. I know that petition at times is the beginning. You have to petition because this is supposed to be an homicide. Yeah, the police will have to go investigate. But the police claim that they have done what they needed to do, and this is what it is. The truth of the matter is that if care is not taken, Wunmi will move around freely. I mean, when I mean move around freely, in her own circle, she will move because people on the street will still want to ask her questions. Not that they are going to rough handle her, but imagine Wunmi just goes to a shopping mall. There are thousands of people, hundreds of people that just want to ask Wunmi one simple question. Like, Wunmi, what happened to Mohbad? Wunmi, why have you refused to do DNA? If DNA is the last that Mohbad's father is going to get done, I'm in support of that. I am very sure he will get it done.